All right, welcome to Prize Picks on 5 here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We're here with you throughout the playoffs. Also, look for episodes on the NHL. We're starting those and also on MLB. I always mention this at the very beginning. Apologize for the background noise. I'm at FTX Arena, which is what we're going to talk about tonight. Heat Sixers Game 1, second round. Always mention this. Use the code 5, F-I-V-E. That code gets your initial deposit matched up to $100. If you've had the bad beats that I've had lately, you may need it, but it gives you $100 to play with at the very beginning. Steph couldn't have had one more layup. Well, I didn't want to block at the end. I needed one more layup, and I hit a 3 for last night. He blew the whole thing up. All right, here's who we've got tonight. Again, use that code 5. David Eversole up there on the top. You can follow him at David W. Eversole. David Friedman is in the red glow light. I'm not really sure what that is. You can follow him at Talk About Sports. And Greg Sylvander, you can follow at Greg Sylvander, of course, my co-host on 5 on the floor. All right, let's get to Heat Sixers here. I want to do the Heat props first. Okay, let's do the Heat props first. Let's go through them, and then we'll get to the Sixers props. Mr. Eversole.
You look good.
Oh,
you're muted, bro.
Mr. Friedman, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Heat red, by the way.
It's white hot, my friend. White hot. This is not.
Yeah, I know,
red
but
side.
they don't. You want me to turn the lights white? Come on, it's boring.
That's true.
So I went a little different. I took Jimmy Butler for the Heat first half over 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I had to look at it.
That's an interesting one. So basically we're saying Jimmy in the first half, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, something along those lines.
Sounds
and
about
he pushes over. Okay. I could see that happening against his old team. Greg, what do you got? We'll swing it back to Eversole after that.
I got a couple quick ones here. One is Max Strus. He's at 11.5 points. I know people are shying away thinking that maybe something will change. Why would it? He's hit over 11.5, 4 out of his last 5, averaging 14 in his last 5. I like the over on Max Strus. The other one that's big is PJ Tucker's at 7.5 points.
Yeah.
And when he's on 3 days rest, he shoots 61% from 3. So I would expect the corner threes to be hitting. He only needs a couple of those to get to that 8-point mark, essentially. So those are a couple Heat plays that I think are easy. And take the overs on Jimmy. I think he does heavy lifting tonight.
All right, before I get to both Eversole's picks, I'm going to get them in a row. Let me give you my Heat pick. I like Gabe Vincent tonight, 8.5 points. He has been a Sixer killer when he's played. One of the games he didn't play, of course, he's starting for Lowry tonight. And it's the same theory that Greg has. Like, everybody's expecting things to change and these guys to play differently than they did during the regular season. They haven't. And look, Gabe as a starter averages 11.7 points this season and 4.4 assists. Why would he not go over 8.5 tonight? Who's guarding him that's giving him trouble? I would expect he hits a couple threes, gets a layup, maybe a free throw. He's going to go over that number. All right, Eversole, if you're unmuted this time, give me a Heat pick and a Sixer pick.
I got my sound back on. So I'm going to take piggybacking off of Greg. I think when PJ starts well, he's involved with the game throughout. I like him over 3.5 points in the first half. I think that's a really makeable number. He's going to get some early run and also maybe with PRA. And then flip into the Philly side, I think it's going to be a perimeter-heavy game, at least early in the first 2 games without Embiid. And look for Tobias Harris to get a little bit more in terms of volume. He shot 47% from 3 against the Heat this season. I'm taking Tobias Harris over 1.5 threes.
All right, Friedman, what do you like on the Sixers side?
All right, so I'm going to look at it again. I got another first half. It's James Harden under 20.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I'm kind of going the opposite way. Like, no Embiid, I feel like he gets the Trae Young treatment to some degree. And as Ethan knows, Harden sucks, right? So,
well, I don't know where his whereabouts were last night. So until we know that, it's hard to say. I'm waiting for him, to walk in. Right? I would think he might stop over at the media dining here, although I don't know that they have quite the talent that he's looking for. But, yes, I'm actually going to go the other way before I swing it to Greg. I'm actually going over on Harden. I know this is going to stun people. I'm going over on Harden rebounds, though, not points. I'm going to go
6.5 rebounds. Yeah.
6.5 rebounds. I think he goes over that. They don't have Embiid. Somebody's got to clean. If the Heat are missing long shots, there'll be some long rebounds. We know that Harden defensively likes to kind of, basically plant his ass in the paint. So I
went Harden under assists too. Like, I feel like the rebounds could be a thing. I just feel like they take him out offensively.
Yeah, I can see that, and the assist numbers don't seem that he's going to try to score. He's going to take a lot of shots. So maybe the assists are down. All right, Greg, close it out here. You got a Philly pick?
Yeah, and I'll sneak in one more Heat pick because it's so obvious. Bam over 9.5 rebounds. I think tonight is one of those nights for Bam. But the easy money for the Philadelphia with the usage jump that was mentioned earlier for Tobias Harris. He's at 7.5 rebounds. He's averaging 10 over his last 5. He's hit over 7.5 4 of his last 5 games. That would be a play that I think with the amount of that they're gonna have to use him basically for 40 minutes. So. I think 8 rebounds is totally within reach in a loss.
In a loss. Of course, he's going to say in a loss. All right, just to let everybody know what we got going on tonight, Bahama Rican Boys, actually, as we speak right now, but you can catch it at any point, are doing a pregame show to the pregame show. Then we got Before Floor on at 6:30, post up 5 hours as soon as the game ends, Pace and Space on Twitter at halftime, and 5 on the floor with Greg hosting, and maybe me if I can find a place to do it here after the game as well. But here's the key thing. Use the code 5, F-I-V-E. Get your initial deposit matched up to $100. Play $20 tonight. You can also play the NHL and any of the other NBA games this week. Have a good night, everybody.